2025 is shaping up to be the biggest box office year since 2019. The major studios, Disney, Warner Brothers, Paramount, Universal, they've all got massive releases lined up. 2024 gave us hits like Inside Out 2, Deadpool and Wolverine, and Despicable Me 4. But 2025 is loaded with even bigger titles. A ton of films got pushed back because of the strikes in 2023, and now all that pressure is on this year to deliver. That's where the whole Survive Till 25 thing came from. The question is, which movies are going to carry this massive comeback? Let's break it down. Video game adaptations are hotter than ever, and Minecraft is about as big as it gets. With Jack Black and Jason Momoa leading the cast, a Minecraft movie already has massive name recognition and the kind of family-friendly appeal that guarantees ticket sales. The trailer's got some mixed reactions, and the movie could end up disappointing fans, especially after the massive success of the Super Mario Bros. Movie in 2023. That stinker somehow ended up with a ridiculous pile of money, $1.36 billion worldwide. But even bad reviews probably won't stop this one from cruising past $500 million at the box office. Universal is jumping into the live-action remake game with How to Train Your Dragon. It's written and directed by the original filmmaker, Dean DeBlois, and it looks like it's following Disney's Lion King approach, a shot-by-shot remake that leans heavily on nostalgia. And we've all seen how much money Disney pulls in with these. The How to Train Your Dragon animated franchise wasn't quite as massive as Disney or Pixar's biggest hits, but it was consistently successful, especially overseas. Now, with a summer release date, Vikings, Dragons, and Toothless brought to life, there's a lot of confidence this one will rake in cash. The first teaser even gave us a glimpse of Toothless in real life, and people are loving his design. That's going to help build some serious buzz heading into the summer. James Gunn's Superman comes with a ton of pressure. It's not just another comic book movie, it's the official reset for DC Studios after years of highs and mostly lows with the DC Cinematic Universe. If this movie works, it could set the stage for the next decade of DC storytelling. But the equally possible outcome is that it's hated, flops at the box office, and forever tarnishes the DC brand outside of Batman. And then, there's the rumored budget, $363 million. Gunn denied it, but even if it's close to true, that's an insane number. The movie would need to make a ridiculous amount just to break even. The predictions are optimistic. A $680 million global total, split between $320 million domestic and $360 million international. That's solid. But Gunn's Superman is the kind of movie that could either crash at $200 million or explode past $1 billion. There's no in-between. This is DC's fresh start. Let's see if they can stick the landing. If we were looking at just North American box office numbers, Wicked Part 2 would easily land in the top 5. Domestically, it's expected to pull in around $500 million, with international markets adding about $200 million. That split isn't unusual for musicals. They tend to do much better at home than overseas. But after the explosive opening of Wicked Part 1, there's no doubt this sequel will be another massive win for Universal. It's even on track to become the most successful musical-to-film adaptation ever. The idea of Lilo and Stitch becoming the 6th highest-grossing film of 2025 is a bit of a hot take. Disney remakes haven't exactly been unstoppable lately. Little Mermaid didn't even hit $570 million, and Snow White is shaping up to be an absolute dumpster fire. Plus, it's dropping on Memorial Day weekend, going head-to-head with Mission Impossible 8. But there's a reason it could surprise everyone. Millennials and older Gen Z grew up loving Lilo and Stitch, and if Disney can tap into that love for the original and make it a solid kickoff to summer, it might overperform and catch everyone off guard. It's a long shot, but if it works, this could be the film that brings Disney's live-action remakes back into the game. No comic book movie in 2025 is guaranteed to crush it, but the Fantastic Four might have the most potential. It's coming out in late July, the same spot they've used before to launch big hits. This time, though, they're not playing with an established sequel like Deadpool and Wolverine. There's no Hugh Jackman here, so nobody's expecting Fantastic Four to hit that movie's 1.3 billion numbers. But Marvel's clearly betting big on it. They've got a massive marketing campaign lined up for the first half of 2025, and if everything clicks, it could be one of the year's biggest hits. Paramount messed up with Dead Reckoning Part 1. It barely made $570 million worldwide in 2023. The marketing wasn't strong enough, they leaned too much on Top Gun Maverick hype, and they released it just 1 week before Oppenheimer and Barbie. Bad timing all around. This time, they're not taking any chances. The studio is going all in on The Final Reckoning, building it up as the last chapter in Ethan Hunt's story. If that's true, this could be Tom Cruise's final bow in the Mission Impossible franchise, and Paramount wants us to feel like this is a can't-miss event. No Mission Impossible film has ever crossed $800 million worldwide. But Memorial Day weekend 2025 could change that. They're pushing this like the biggest Ethan Hunt mission yet. Here's the thing, dinosaurs print money. It doesn't matter how bad the reviews are. Jurassic World Dominion had a 29% critic score on Rotten Tomatoes and a 38% on Metacritic, and it still made over $1 billion worldwide. It was the third highest grossing movie of 2022. So, if you're feeling burnt out on the franchise, tough luck. They're not stopping. Jurassic World Rebirth hits another reset button, this time with a new cast, including Scarlett Johansson and Mahershala Ali. One thing to keep an eye on is how it does in China. Dominion made $157 million there, but that's $100 million less than what Fallen Kingdom pulled in back in 2018. The bottom line is, nobody's expecting great reviews or audience scores here. The studio is banking on the franchise's global draw, and they're probably right. Dinosaurs sell, every time. Disney's got another animated sequel lined up for Thanksgiving 2025, and the numbers don't lie. Look at their recent track record. Moana 2 pulled in a massive $225 million over 5 days, and Frozen 2 brought in $125 million in the same time frame. The original Zootopia was a monster hit back in 2016. It made over $1 billion on a $150 million budget, making it the fourth highest grossing movie of the year and second only to Finding Dory in animation. And now, after 9 years, Zootopia 2 is finally here. The fan base has been waiting, and Disney knows exactly how to capitalize on that. It's one of the safest box office bets of 2025, a guaranteed win. There's no question about the biggest box office winner of 2025. It's James Cameron's third Avatar film, Fire and Ash. The franchise has already pulled in over $5 billion at the global box office with just 2 movies. The original Avatar from 2009 is still the highest-grossing movie of all time, thanks to a few re-releases. And The Way of Water in 2022 smashed records too, making $2.3 billion worldwide. These movies don't just do well in America. International audiences go nuts for them. Between the 2 films, they've pulled in almost $500 million from China alone. If Fire and Ash doesn't end up as the top movie of 2025, either something went seriously wrong or some other movie pulled off the impossible.